shot on the horizon. Your model knows that ideas they could touch the sky. Dead shot on the horizon. Your model knows that ideas they could touch the sky. Perpetuate the lie. Make sure the good die. Perpetuate the lie. Make sure the good die. Yeah, you get that job done. That shot on the horizon. Your modal knows with ideas they could touch the sky. That shot on the horizon. Your modal knows you got ideas that touch the sky. Perpetuate the lie. You don't even try. You're too high. The truth inside. That shot on the horizon. Your move on the good and the good never touches the sky. That shot on the horizon. Your move on the earth. You don't even try to hide that big lie. You're taking the bones of those who really have soul, and then you sell it like gold. You think about those who really have soul, and you sell it like this full gold. You pick up the bones of those who really have soul, and you sell it like a full gold. There's a shot on the horizon. You would kill those who were trying. It's always worthwhile. Take those down, have ideas to touch the sky. No, they're not the type of God, but they probably do. They probably want to steal the world. They shot on the horizon. They take on those before they touch the horizon. They shot on the horizon. They dig up the bones and sell like full gold. Perpetuate the lie, son. Perpetuate the lie, son. Get a shot on the horizon. Perpetuate the lie. Always with them, 'cause you can. You're good, 'cause you think you're a big man. No always dancing, 'cause you can. You're selling out your soul, you're stealing the fire on the land. Get a shot on the horizon. You put down those that touch the sky somehow. Get a shot on the horizon. You take down those earth that touch the sky. Just another song. It's too long, and you've heard it before. So the song it's been too long, and you've heard it before. No, it's all wrong. So the song, no, it's all wrong. Now you should listen, but it's too long. Big shot on the horizon. It's too young, too bold. And you sound like full gold. You dig out the bones of the souls you should have left alone. Big shot on the horizon. You take over the good of the to touch the sky. Big shot on the horizon. Your soul is still touch the sky. Never get done. Never let them get done. Never let them get done. And never want you want. And never get done. Take away from us all. the dog, you should have flown. Pick up the bones on the dog, you should have flown. Pick up the bones on the dog, you should have flown. And no one ever gets to feel like they won.
This is Family Electric Ghost, and this is episode 153, and we're talking about the song Dead Shot, Lost Horizons, which is part of a project that we're working on that we're going to call Deep Drown Blue. We had another name for it before, but now we decided to change it. So this is our third record in the Dark Ghost series. It's sad to say that we think Dark Ghost Volume 1, the vinyl, is probably not going to actually get produced because we didn't get enough people to opt in to our pre-order. But we're going to take that album and we're actually going to shelve it and go back to an original configuration of Dark Ghost Volume 1 that we're going to put out as a CD on Amazon and put it on all the streaming services and YouTube. So Dark Ghost, the current configuration, in 7 days, if we don't get enough people to buy it, is going to end up being shelved and reconfigured as a different project. But we have The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, which is available on all the streaming services, including YouTube Music and Amazon and Apple and Spotify and Tidal. Is out right now. Within 6 to 8 weeks, there'll be an Amazon CD available for this record. So that record's out there. We also have Wretched Symphony No. 8, which is on all the streaming services. So go out and check out those records under Phantom Electric Ghost. Wretched Symphony No. 8 and The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. And this new project is going to be available within a month or two. But the song we're talking about here is called Dead Shot, Lost Horizons, which is going back to our Moog DFAM. We created some rhythmic percussion on the drummer from Another Mother. We recorded it on our Zoom R24 in real time and played with going between one oscillator and two oscillators because it's a two oscillator percussion synth. We played with the pulse modulation and some of the ladder filter. And we used it to, create a varied beat. We ran it through a Make Noise Maths module. They also add to it. And then on top of it, we played a Juno GI using kind of a dirty guitar sound and played it live on our keyboard. And for the last 5 or 6 years, we've been mimicking or guitar type playing on our Juno. And we've gotten pretty good at the feel of guitar style tracks using the keyboard. And we think that this is a good representation of a really kind of funky, dirty, gritty guitar sound. And checking out the impact of our Instagram videos, we've done some of those slice videos. We do these minute-long clips that come from a full video, and we put them on Instagram. And so this song has been on Instagram. It's getting good reception from other musicians who really like it and like the video that we created for it. So we'll put the link to the YouTube video for this. And it's going to be on this project, which is a product, but it's a creative product. So the album, again, is going to be called, Deep Drown Blue. And this track is going to be on it. Now, this song is pretty much about this idea that there are people that have ideas that can touch the sky, and they are chosen to be, taken out. They're assassinated. They're killed before their time. And Josephine's talking about how, if somebody has an idea that could touch the sky and they're taken out, so, that the good die young. She has a line saying, we make goddamn sure that the good die young. And this song is basically this kind of pessimistic view that there are some forces in the world that make sure that those people who who have that kind of light, like JFK, RFK, Dr. King, Gandhi. These people are taken out, are not able to fulfill their dreams, or their dreams, are written down as an ideology that's kind of like paper that just, gets crumpled or burned away. Because in reality, what we end up dealing with is more draconian, less ambitious, less trying to better ourselves. We get left with a world that's not exactly what these dreamers thought it should be. And so that's why it's called Dead Shot Lost Horizons, because, we get these people that are chosen to be attacked, and they have these ideas like Dr. King and Gandhi, JFK, RFK, and we lose them. Even Lincoln, we lose them before their time. And then we lose out on the opportunities that world, if these people were in the world, we'd end up being, better than we are. And so that's the idea of the song. And then we have this kind of gritty guitar line going over the Moog industrial kind of craft work, Minneapolis kind of beat coming from the analog drums of the Moog would give you a kind of very steady beat. Then you can kind of improvise over it with the other instruments. And so that this song is just the Juno and the DFAM. And then the vocals are coming through a studio electronics microphone using the VT4 vocal transformer for Josephine Electric's voice. And Josephine is my alter ego. She's the lead singer of the band. And so this song, we feel, it deserves a spot. So it's going to be on this new record. And like I said, you should check out all the Phantom Electric Ghost albums that are available on all the streaming services. We have a lot of projects going back to Infinitum. And in September, which is our rock opera. So there's a lot of projects we have there. We have multiple singles. Last year was pretty much a singles year. Almost everything we put out was a single format. So there's multiple singles. Last year, we probably put out like 50 or 60 singles on all the streaming services. But this year is kind of our album year. And, the first album we dropped was Wretched Symphony No. 8. And then the second one is The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. Now, The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb is primarily an OPZ created album from Teenage Engineering, the OPZ synthesizer workstation, though mini Wonderkin. And we use that to great effect for that record. There are flourishes coming from our Moog and Juno, but the majority of that album is OPZ. And we found the OPZ is a big part of our song creation. Now we create a lot of demos with it, and then sometimes we use those demos and then modify them slightly with effects and remastering. But we always love going back to our Moogs and our Arturias, and we've been diving deep into the Arturia Mainbrew 2S, which we love the sequencer, we love the modulation matrix on it, and it's just got a lot of capability. We're very impressed at NAMM this year, that of all the great synths that are shown, the ones that cost thousands of dollars and the big ideas, like Waldorf's, new, like virtual synth, I always forget the name of, but that looks amazing, but it's still not available. But then we see what Arturia came out with, the Mini Freak or the Micro Freak, and this thing is a really awesome idea, because a lot of times in the last year we've been heavily going kind of retro, going back into analog, and even Behringer at this show was going pretty retro into, they've got a copy of the SH-101, they've got their other clones that they've got out there from Roland. They got a lot of Roland clones, like the vocoder clone, and it's kind of cool to have these clones, but we're still going backwards. But what I like with the Arturia Micro Freak or Mini Freak is that it's got a digital oscillator with like over maybe 11 to 13 different types of digital oscillators. It's got a nod to modular synthesis, because some of those waveforms or oscillators are coming from a well-known manufacturer of Euro-rack modules. And then it's got like a little nod to the past, and it's got like a Buchla style, you know, PCB keyboard, so a printed circuit board keyboard, which is not physically keys, but allows like pressure sensitivity and velocity sensitivity and different type of interactions on a keyboard that you don't normally do. We've seen this with the Make Noise, Renee, some other things, but the Buchla is real famous, and the EMS had some things like this. But that allows you to do things that you normally couldn't do. And it's got an analog filter, a variable state filter, or state variable filter, plus it's analog. And then you've got this digital oscillator, and it's a package that only costs like $300. And out of all the synths that showed up this year, this one looked like the most exciting next to the Teenage Engineering 400, which is their kit analog modular system. And so, most likely the two things I'm looking into getting this year are the 400 from Teenage Engineering, which is their modular system, has a sine, square, sawtooth waves, I believe. And it just, it looks like you could, when the CV module for the OPZ comes out, it looks like you could do a lot of really cool synthesis with this machine. A lot of innovative sequencing, because you could take the step components that are available on the OPZ and apply it to this analog synth. I think you'd do a pretty good show with this thing. So, and then the Arteria's model, not only does it have all these digital waveforms and then the ability to use an analog state variable filter, but it also has what is very interesting with this machine is it uses kind of the Make Noise utility control, where it can do some of the Make Noise famous capabilities of the rising and falling of the modulation, which is kind of a nod to what Make Noise does with the mass module. But it doesn't have the extensive CV capability, but it does have this virtual mod matrix, which is the other thing of this machine. It's got a piece of the matrix root, not as extensive, but it does have the ability to do virtual CV modulation routing, which we also see on the Prophets. The Prophet XLs and the Rev 2s can do this as well. I think even the Prophet 12 can do this, but that's a really cool idea going forward, is to do these virtual connections so you don't have to have the wires and be able to save them. I think that's really awesome. So that's a kind of leaning forward machine. So I'm very excited about that. And so we're looking into getting, probably most likely we're going to be able to get the Mini, the Freak, just because it's such a good price point, $300. It's probably the best value right now for all the synthesizers that we've seen out there. So this is the end of our episode. Please check out Dark Ghost Volume 1 that we don't know if that's going to be out there because we didn't get enough people to sign up. But if we can get our last push to get that record sold, it's on Digger's Factory Records. Within 7 days, we're going to take down all the links if we don't get enough supporters for this project. But it seems like this is a streaming age, and until we get our distribution and marketing deal, we'll go back to looking at doing vinyl. But we will be producing a physical CD this year for The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb on Amazon. So within 6 to 8 weeks, we'll put a notice on our podcast here when it's available, and you'll be able to check it. But you can download that on all the streaming services now. You can stream it. So please check out The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, and we'll talk to you later.